Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. It is St. Patty's Day, so you know the markets had to be a little bit of green, or the market makers get pinched, or they pinch you. Maybe they punch you in the face. I'm got to be honest, I'm not entirely sure how the pinching thing gets started, or what happens when it's like really green. Anyway, let's jump into it. As far as the dollar goes, sideways to down, kind of just back and forth between these two yellow zones. And guys, just remember, purple zones are weekly, yellow is daily 4-hour. So inside of this weekly zone, because you have that much more time, weeklies tend to be a little bit bigger. Inside of that, there is this yellow zone, so that is stacked on top of that. But if you thought, man, the dollar's down, I wonder what's going on with the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. Well, if you're long, you're doing all right for now. I am not in this. I'm actually entertaining the idea of going short. I can't go long until this zone breaks, but hitting that and not really coming with that aggressiveness kind of makes me want to maybe take a short play. Yeah, I'll keep you posted as I do it. If it gets above, it'd have to get above, kind of maybe hit that zone, come back down, test this, and then I get in. Where if we turn the ship around now, I think I'll entertain going short and putting my stop right here. Now, the Bitcoin did a whole lot of nothing, right? So we're still kind of just hanging out. Again, can't really be bullish or talk about like a reversal of anything, at least until 88,000. But, you know, we also have this lower high situation to contend with. So if we really want to be bullish, we're going to have to break probably that trend line and this 93 zone. Then I think things could look pretty good. Jumping into the S&P right here. Green Day. Again, St. Patty's Day. We finally got the rally. If you're in my group, I told everybody this. When I buy puts flat out, the thing's going to rally. And I want a tip. That's it. I took one for the team. I bought puts. They are down. Now, the reason why I did buy puts was because I'm going to hold it over the weekend. It's something I did on Friday. You know, I'm going to hold it over the weekend. I'm not doing that with an ES contract. Yeah, that's $50 a point, and we're just shy of 6,000. Right, $50 a dollar. You know, points just kind of sound more sophisticated. So a lot of people talk like that. Anyway, it's a dollar. So just for that movement, that volatility, I went risk and capital. I'm going to buy SPY puts. We're going to rock those things to the end, because if we did get the rally, I'm not going to panic and sell them. There's no situation where I'm just going to, well, I might as well sell it, because we do have some volatility this week on Wednesday, you know, and we could just as easily just send this thing south quick. Right now, it kind of looks like we're finally getting the relief rally that I was talking about last week. So keeping an eye on that. I don't know. We'll see. For now, let's take this one zone at a time. Let's see if we can even get above that. Now the S&P, you know, putting at that next zone, put around the 572 2-ish mark. So we'll see if we can get that. The expected move was to 577 this week. First and foremost, it just needs to be green followed by another green. In the grand scheme, big picture, anyway, that's still very much a trend down. You see what I'm seeing? That is nothing for a reversal. If you're worried about catching the absolute bottom, there will be signs. Okay, you can front run the risk. You can buy any one of these. You could just wait for a higher low. It'll happen. Okay. As far as the NASDAQ goes, played the back and forth game. We kind of like just hung out. As soon as we got above that zone, we did test it and then just sent it just kind of zone to zone today. I know chips did well, so I am going to go over those. But right now, like, we hit that zone, found some sellers. Wouldn't surprise me if we kind of hit it and held out here. And I don't know if that would be a bullish sign. Not just blasting through this. Like, we found some sellers. Here they are. Sold off, right? That's what caused that wick. That's what caused that rejection. Now, jumping into it again and just not plowing through it, like that tells me the bulls just don't really have what it takes. You know, so we start stalling out. I'm going to worry if just market fears take over and we start to turn this ship back around. So looking at the Qs, still plenty of room. I mean, all we did was go up just a little bit today. Nothing too wild. Grandpa Dow, the other hand, we went zone to zone right through there. So we had a little Ukraine zone action. Looks like they pulled through, because we went just yellow zone to yellow zone. Not even really that much of a pullback. Just found some type 1 sellers. This one, out of all of them, at least kind of looks the strongest, but very much, you've heard me say this a lot, it's a zone until not. That is still very much a trend down. And guys, if you're buying, if you follow me, let's say you're just whatever, you're gonna You don't even know what you're doing. But you start buying every time it comes into the bottom of one of these yellow zones, I can assure you, you won't be here next year. That's just kind of how things are going to work out. Let's jump into the chips, because the chips had a day. Not NVIDIA. Not NVIDIA. NVIDIA sold off, right? So we were up pre-market. Sold off, ultimately held that zone. So is that going to be a high or low? Is that going to be a bear flag? Bear flag or reversal, it'll often happen around here. Breaking today's low at 118, we're probably hopping on down to that 112 mark. Honestly, I do think if we get above that 124, we're going to hop up to probably 128-ish. But first and foremost, even getting to 122 would be a bullish feat in itself. Markets will likely indicate which way we head on that one. And now, AMD killed it today. Again, I don't know the news. I just know that I'm in AMD. I bought a little bit more. I told you guys I wanted to get 95, but I missed it and ended up buying at 96. Anyway, those are up. However, I do have a 106 call sold for this week, so it needs to chill out. It just needs to not go anywhere. Either way, I'm going to roll that. It doesn't really matter. That's a weekly income play. AMD is something I make money on, every week. Try to every week, right? It's just a matter of how much, I guess. And that's just by holding the shares and selling calls against it. So they killed it today. I don't think I'm too worried about my covered calls. We could just send it. Might put me in a roll a week or two. And that's probably it. I just don't think the market bottom is in. I'm sure someone out there does and thinks that it is. Maybe. I don't know. I don't even know the sales pitch for that. All right, Intel. They announced a new CEO and been climbing since. Today they were also killing it with AMD. Now they actually did get outside the expected move, so I'll be very curious to see, do we hold above this 25 zone? We'll be interested if honestly. So I have leaps on Intel. I'm not managing it at this time. Now getting up here to this zone, if I wasn't any just long calls or I had a bunch of shares. And we jumped into this 28 zone, that's where I would tighten my stop up. Just me personally. None of this is financial advice. And more importantly, you pay your own bills. This is your own money. Please just figure this stuff out. That's why I'm live and why I make these videos. So anyway, that'll do it for me. Hopefully you guys killed it today. And I'm actually curious. Let me know down below. Did you buy puts today? Is the market bottom in? What do you think about just one mediocre green day, but in the midst of a pretty decent downtrend? Let me know, and I will see you guys tomorrow.